Okay, let's try to make some money back or something, right? I pick up ace queen offsuit on the button. There is an undergun straddle on board, and I raise it up to $35. The small blind to my left immediately 3-bets to 140. He started with about $500 in a stack, and when action folds to me, I just got out of playing a bunch of tournaments, so sitting with about 50 big blinds effective, basically in tournament mode. And given the positions, I'm in position, but I think I'd rather just go all in and ride the variance, right? I rip it all in, and this player calls super quickly. Dear God, let's just hope we're flipping, and I see good news. He has pocket tens. We debate for a long time whether we want to run it once or twice. This guy is pretty drunk and can't decide, as it's his birthday, so happy birthday to you. Let's just go for one run out after a long time of debating, and we're off to a flop. Turn and river could not beat the birthday boy, and after the run out, pocket 10 is going to hold and win, pay him a total of $490, so I get a $10 discount with what I thought was a $500 all-in. Just absolutely getting crushed here, but at least it's good content, right? Not sure how I feel about it as my wallet's hurting, but if you could just hit that like button, it makes the pain feel a little bit better. Okay, the last hand to end the night. The casino closes in a few minutes. The poker room closes, and there's no better way to bump up the action than a $10 straddle. The player to my right limps for $10, calls blind, and I decide to bump up the action. I blind raise to $100, one blackbird in the middle, and then I actually end up peeling a really good hand. Queen 10 of hearts, no freaking way. Anyways, with essentially a $100 straddle on board, the player to my left thinks about it for a while as he's first to act and ends up going all in for $1,250 total. Wow. It's basically a 12 big blind jam, so it's not a lot considering my blind raise as I've completely bumped up the size of the game. Action folds around to the button, who thinks about it for a long time, and this is the player that actually made quads on the river, playing 7-4 suited, and he ends up making the call for $1,250. This player has about $1,000 behind. Onto the player who limps, he actually ends up calling for about $400 to $500. Basically, I've seen 3 all-ins, and it's my time to gamble. With suited Broadway cards, I can't really ask for more after blind raising to 100. And like I said, it's late into the night, and I didn't come to St. Martin to not gamble. I make the call for $1,250. It's quite the shit show in the middle, as we're playing for one main pot, and a bunch of other little side pots that's going on, and there's still $1,000 to play for against one other opponent. So there are 2 players that are all in, and I'm playing against another player with about $1,000 in a stack. Anyways, after all that, we're off to see a flop of Jack 9, flopping open-ended, and I'm just going to commit my stack in the middle or commit my opponent's stack. He's got about 1,000 behind, and I've got a good draw. I jam, and he snap calls with ace freaking jack. Why wouldn't he basically flop the nuts? And I'm still plenty alive, still have a bunch of outs. Let's try to hit. Turn and river come Brick City. Queen high is gonna get thrown into the muck. The player to my left, who originally went all in for $1,250, had ace 6 of clubs, which was pretty sick as he turned a flush draw. And now I am stuck piles with the casino closing soon. At least it was a fun night of gambling.